Listen to my testimony. I cried to God in my distress, and He answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. The Father heart of God has really and truly impacted my heart. I've been saved for about 21 years, and I come from a very broken, dysfunctional family. I grew up in Poland and we came here in 1991. And when I got saved, for the first 15 years, I was just going through the motions, and I loved God and I served, but I felt quite numb. I wasn't connected in my heart. I know a lot of us didn't grow up with healthy dads. I love my dad so much, but I lived in a home where I was so scared, so fearful, I was so traumatized. And leading on into my life, I actually also suffered a lot of abuse and bullying. About 5 years ago, God really began to deal with me and really began to heal me and deliver me. I remember having an amazing encounter in 2020. I remember it was New Year's Day, and at the time I had hit a crisis where I really needed God. So I remember being at the beach and really pouring my heart out. I was heartbroken because my life was falling apart, and it was in that moment where I felt such a tangible presence of God like never before. And then I went on a journey of healing. In 2022, I remember I had another encounter with the Holy Spirit. And it was around that time, about a week later, I was really drawn to come to CRC. I remember my second visit where Pastor David preached. And honestly, when I went out for prayer, I felt a lot of fear and trauma lift off my life. So last year, something happened where I really had this spirit of rejection, spirit of offense that I didn't know was there. I was overtired, I was burnt out. And I remember thinking, God, why is this happening? I couldn't understand. And He said to me, I am just trying to heal you. And I understood that there's no other way. Sometimes we have to allow things to trigger us to be able to really deal with them once and for all. And I remember saying to God, I'm not going to be a statistic. I have seen too many people and too many families go down this path and journey of bitterness and offense, and it has been destroying their life. God, I don't want to be one of them. So I just remember God saying, just be humble and serve. So I continued to serve. And in that time, I just have had the most incredible breakthrough in my life, where normally I would run away like most of us. But I just felt really convicted to stay. I remember there was a few sermons that really cut me deep. It was almost like it felt like maybe even the pastor is preaching about me, and it was hard. But see, we have to go to God and say, God, show me who I am. Because in that moment I said, no, I don't identify with that. I'm not a victim. I'm not an orphan. I remember being around Mother's Day in my kitchen, and I asked God, what do I do now? I left a job that I loved so much. I knew I had to step away because I made it into an idol. And I knew God was dealing with me and refining me. And I just remember Him saying, I have anointed you to share the good news and to heal the brokenhearted. And all of that was just training. I'm calling you to be a deliverer to the nations. I really believe that the church is going to be set free, but we have to humble ourselves. It can be very messy, it can be very hard, it can be hard to forgive. I know the freedom that I'm now experiencing and the favor of God on my life and the way He's restoring me, family relationships. I know that it's absolutely supernatural, and I know He wants to do the same for you. And it's His truth that sets us free. So as we embrace Father's Day, just remember that even though our mother and father abandon us, the Lord will hold us close.